Welcome to 5-Star Review for Real Estate Agent Examples California. Let's begin. Question 1. Broker Ulysses receives an earnest money deposit of $10,000 from buyer George for a property in Anaheim. Under California law, how many business days does Ulysses have to deposit this money into a trust account or neutral escrow? Here are your options. Option A, 1 business day. Option B, 2 business days. Option C, 3 business days. Option D, 5 business days. The correct answer is option C, 3 business days. Explanation. California real estate law requires a broker to deposit trust funds, like earnest money, into a trust account, neutral escrow, or hand them to the principal within 3 business days of receipt. Question 2. Ulysses is a newly licensed real estate salesperson in California. To renew their license after the first 4-year term, how many hours of approved continuing education must Ulysses complete? Here are your options. Option A, 15 hours. Option B, 30 hours. Option C, 45 hours. Option D, 50 hours. The correct answer is option C, 45 hours. Explanation. All real estate licensees in California must complete 45 hours of approved continuing education every 4 years to renew their license. Question 3. Agent Ulysses represents the seller, George. When must Ulysses provide the agency disclosure form to George? Here are your options. Option A, before entering into the listing agreement. Option B, before showing the property to any buyers. Option C, before closing escrow. Option D, within days of signing the contract. The correct answer is option A, before entering into the listing agreement. Explanation. The listing agent must deliver the agency disclosure form to the seller before entering into the listing agreement. Question 4. Ulysses purchases a home in Anaheim for $164,000. Under California's Proposition 13, what is the maximum annual percentage increase in the assessed value of the property, assuming no change in ownership or new construction? Here are your options. Option A, 1%. Option B, 2%. Option C, 3%. Option D, percent. The correct answer is option B, 2%. Explanation. Proposition 13 limits the annual increase of the assessed value of real property to a maximum of 2% per year, unless there is a change in ownership or new construction. Question 5. Broker Ulysses hires an unlicensed assistant, George. Which of the following tasks can George legally perform? Here are your options. Option A, show a vacant property to a prospective buyer. Option B, answer questions regarding the terms of a residential lease. Option C, type up and file real estate documents and coordinate days appointments. Option D, negotiate the price with a buyer's agent. The correct answer is option C, type up and file real estate documents and coordinate days appointments. Explanation. Unlicensed assistants can perform clerical duties, such as typing, filing, and scheduling appointments, but cannot perform acts that require a real estate license, like showing properties or negotiating. Question 6. Ulysses wants to claim adverse possession of a vacant lot in Anaheim owned by George. In California, one of the requirements is that Ulysses must occupy the land continuously and pay property taxes for a minimum of how many years? Here are your options. Option A, 3 years. Option B, 5 years. Option C, 7 years. Option D, 10 years. The correct answer is option B, 5 years. Explanation. In California, adverse possession requires open, notorious, continuous, and hostile possession under a claim of right or color of title, plus payment of property taxes, for a period of 5 years. Question 7. Contractor Ulysses completes a remodeling job on George's home in Anaheim but is not paid the $10,000 owed. If Ulysses wishes to file a mechanic's lien, they must have served a preliminary notice within how many days of starting work? Here are your options. Option A, 10 days. Option B, 15 days. Option C, 20 days. Option D, 30 days. The correct answer is option C, 20 days. Explanation. A preliminary notice must be given within 20 days of first furnishing labor, materials, or equipment to preserve the right to file a mechanic's lien in California. Question 8. Broker Ulysses takes an exclusive right to sell listing from George for a property in Anaheim. The property sells for $164,000. Ulysses retains all records of this transaction. Under the California Business and Professions Code, how long must Ulysses keep these records? Here are your options. Option A, 1 year. Option B, 3 years. Option C, 5 years. Option D, 7 years. The correct answer is option B, 3 years. Explanation: real estate brokers must retain all records regarding real estate transactions for a period of 3 years from the date of the closing or the date of the listing if the transaction is not consummated. Question 9. Which type of deed is most commonly used in Anaheim, California to transfer title to real property, which includes 2 implied warranties from grantor Ulysses? Here are your options. Option A, quitclaim deed. Option B, warranty deed. Option C, grant deed. Option D, trust deed. The correct answer is option C, grant deed. Explanation: the grant deed is the most common instrument used to transfer title in California. It carries 2 implied warranties that the grantor has not already conveyed title to another, and that the estate is free from undisclosed encumbrances made by the grantor. Question 10. Ulysses applies for a loan of $164,000 and is provided a loan estimate. Under the TILA-RESPA Integrated Disclosure (TRID) rule, how many business days after receiving the application must the lender provide this estimate? Here are your options. Option A, 1 business day. Option B, 3 business days. Option C, 5 business days. Option D, 7 business days. The correct answer is option B, 3 business days. Explanation: under TRID, a lender must provide the loan estimate to the borrower within 3 business days of receiving the loan application. Question 11. Under the Subdivided Lands Law in California, a public report is required when a property in Anaheim is divided into how many parcels for the purpose of sale, lease, or financing? Here are your options. Option A, 2 or more. Option B, 3 or more. Option C, 4 or more. Option D, 5 or more. The correct answer is option D, 5 or more. Explanation: the Subdivided Lands Law applies to the subdivision of land into 5 or more parcels for sale, lease, or financing. Question 12. Ulysses is a broker who mixes their personal funds of $10,000 with their clients' trust funds. This illegal practice is known as. Here are your options. Option A, conversion. Option B, commingling. Option C, steering. Option D, redlining. The correct answer is option B, commingling. Explanation: commingling is the illegal act of mixing a broker's personal or business funds with the trust funds of a client. Conversion is actually spending the trust funds. Question 13. Agent Ulysses focuses marketing efforts in Anaheim by telling homeowners that a certain minority group is moving into the neighborhood to induce panic selling. This illegal practice is known as. Here are your options. Option A, blockbusting. Option B, steering. Option C, redlining. Option D, flipping. The correct answer is option A, blockbusting. Explanation: blockbusting, also known as panic selling, is the illegal practice of inducing homeowners to sell their properties by suggesting that people of a particular race, religion, or background are moving into the neighborhood. Question 14. If Ulysses obtains an easement by prescription over George's land in Anaheim, Ulysses must have used the property hostilely, openly, continuously, and notoriously for a period of at least. Here are your options. Option A, 1 year. Option B, 3 years. Option C, 5 years. Option D, 10 years. The correct answer is option C, 5 years. Explanation: in California, an easement by prescription requires 5 years of open, notorious, continuous, and hostile use under a claim of right. Question 15. Ulysses and George sign a written contract for the sale of a property for $164,000. In California, the statute of limitations to file a lawsuit for breach of a written contract is. Here are your options. Option A, 1 year. Option B, 2 years. Option C, 4 years. Option D, 5 years. The correct answer is option C, 4 years. Explanation: the statute of limitations for bringing a lawsuit on a written contract in California is 4 years. Question 16. When calculating the property tax on Ulysses's home in Anaheim, the county tax assessor uses the properties. Here are your options. Option A, market value. Option B, assessed value. Option C, appraised value. Option D, replacement cost. The correct answer is option B, assessed value. Explanation: property taxes are based on the assessed value of the property, not the current market value or appraised value. Question 17. To create a valid joint tenancy between Ulysses and George for a property in Anaheim, which 4 unities are required? Here are your options. Option A, time, title, interest, possession. Option B, time, title, consent, payment. Option C, agreement. consideration, title, possession. Option D, interest, possession, funding, signature. The correct answer is option A, time, title, interest, possession. Explanation. The four unities required to create a joint tenancy are time, title, interest, and possession, often remembered by the acronym TTIP. Question 18. Broker Ulysses holds an open listing on George's property in Anaheim. Ulysses will only earn a $10,000 commission if they are. Here are your options. Option A, the first to show the property. Option B, the procuring cause of the sale. Option C, the listing broker of record on the MLS. Option D, able to hold days open houses. The correct answer is option B, the procuring cause of the sale. Explanation. In an open listing, the broker only earns a commission if they are the procuring cause of the sale, the one who brings the willing and able buyer. Question 19. Ulysses executes a deed conveying property to George. For the deed to be valid in California, it must contain all of the following except. Here are your options. Option A, a granting clause. Option B, the signature of the grantor, N1. Option C, the signature of the grantee, N2. Option D, an adequate description of the property. The correct answer is option C, the signature of the grantee, N2. Explanation. A valid deed must be signed by the grantor, but the grantee is not required to sign it. Question 20. A lender offers Ulysses a loan of $164,000 to purchase a commercial property in Anaheim. The lender requires the property to be used as collateral while Ulysses retains possession. This is known as. Here are your options. Option A, subordination. Option B, hypothecation. Option C, alienation. Option D, amortization. The correct answer is option B, hypothecation. Explanation. Hypothecation is the practice of pledging property as security for a debt while retaining possession and use of the property.